Whoa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's that special time again where we all gather and come together as one. Where we all sit and gather and listen to the words of BGST. Now let me ask you fine folks this. Do you know where you can find Big Gamer Small Talk? I'll tell you where you can find it. You can find it on Next Gen 720's YouTube channel. You may even find it on the Crap Gamers. I don't know. Maybe something crazy will happen and you'll find it on that fine brothers channel Xbox 448. Maybe in K-Mega 405. Team Dog, he might be there too. Chris Steele.
Who's that? That's the first time I heard that. That's the first time I heard it. Who's that?
At Sundays at 7 p.m. It's time. What time is it? It's time that we put our hands together and clap for Big Gamers, Small Talk, brothers and sisters, BGST.
Chris Steele.
Who's that?
Who?
Who's that? That's the first time I heard that. I thought the intro was over. I started talking. That's the first time I heard it. Who's that?
No, dude, he's done that one a few times.
No, that's the first time I heard that ad lib.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's going on, guys, ladies and gentlemen? I've been talking to you guys all week, but I guess we can start from left to right as the room's filling up. Chris Steele, what's going on with you, brother?
Chris Steele?
Just laying low, hanging and banging, as they say.
Hanging and banging.
Yeah.
So who's that? Hanging and banging. All right.
Yeah, why not? Nothing
right.
else going on. Fuck it.
Xbox 448. Any damage control you've been stealing out there lately?
What are you talking about? And no doom and gloom here, my brother. But I am a little upset. I think the voting for gameplay on my next podcast, even though I came up with it, I think it's rigged, man. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
I voted K-Mega.
Of course you did. Of course you did, yeah. And that's just because you couldn't vote for the Don. You couldn't vote for that truck running through the mud.
That truck in the mud was phenomenal, man. I was like, damn, that's some slick shit there.
Oh.
Hell yeah, man.
But I've been chilling, playing State of Decay 2 and Destiny 2. You know what I'm saying? Getting it in. Getting that single player experience on State of Decay, which a lot of people I think underappreciate. And Destiny 2, I am absolutely hooked on Destiny 2 right now. With that Warmind expansion, it's been absolute like craziness, man.
Nice.
All right. I'm sorry. Mega 405. How could I forget? The most polarizing. Mega, what's going on with you, brother?
The most intriguing, and probably the most hated, other than crap. So I mean, it feels good, man. It feels good. I love my haters, man. I love them. Without you, I wouldn't be anything. So keep on jocking me.
Yo, Mega,
yeah.
Did you beat Halo 4 yet?
Oh man, not on my account. But you know what? But I'll tell you this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Me and the Don going to go through it. We was going to go through it last night, but man, that Sea of Thieves was calling, man, and I had to show that clip of me getting that pig, man. I got my pig, man. It was dope. Man. So yeah, I played my Sea of Thieves, then jumped on State of Decay, and hot damn, man, man. I just hooked immediately, man. I got on that State of Decay and didn't get off until about almost 6 o'clock this morning. Jumped back on it, you know what I'm saying, and jumped on it. Was playing with Dealer and Colt, you know what I'm saying. No online issues. We jumped on there, and then there was a couple of then with Agent and one of his friends. We played, no issues. Everything is running fine. So. I don't know where all these people talking about.
What is this world coming to, man? Yo, Mega, what is this world coming to where you have to like reiterate the 2 times, like the 2 sessions you played? It's like, well, no issues. Like you said that before you even.
Because I mean that's what the haters is over here saying, man. Look,
no issues.
You know what I'm saying? Just saying, look, man, just going through the game. Some people have told me that the single player, it had a whole bunch of bugs. Haven't had any bugs or any glitches to the point to where the game is broken, because I was hearing the game was broken, it was unplayable. That's not true. Now the game does have some bugs, has a few glitches, but nothing to the point to the degree that some people have been saying. Just enjoy the game, man. It's deep. It's got a lot of content, a huge content. So I mean, it's almost overwhelming. So it's a cool game, man. I enjoy it. So anybody out there that's really anticipating to want to play State of Decay, man, jump on it because it's dope. It's really dope. It's a cool game.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, I got done with. I'm a level 30 on that Destiny, so I'm ready. We can go ahead and do the
30. I'm level 350 right now.
Well, that's what I meant. That's my light is a 30 or something like that. So whatever.
Oh, you're talking like the story level itself is 30, and then like I gotta hear what your power level is.
My power level's got to be is over 300. It's like 301 or something like that.
It's over 9,000.
But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I got through it. I went through it, got it done and everything, so I can play on everything. Everything got opened up and got my ships and all that shit. So
nice. We'll get you through. We'll get you through some strikes and everything like that, man. Get you some exotic gear and whatnot.
Yeah. Oh, and Z, this will be for you, man. I jumped and played some God of War yesterday. Played about 4 hours.
No, that's for your own salvation.
That was just because until that damn controller went out, that whack ass controller cut off, and so I just and it saved me from clowning this game even more. But now I'm just playing. Now I was having a good time. I was fighting the Dark Elves. I was about to fight that I guess the boss elf, I guess, because I just got past this elemental thing that was shooting like beams and shit at me. So I guess I'm about to get close to getting to that dark elf.
All right. That sounds like a lot of fluff and buff. All right, my man. The Crap Gamer, what's going on, good brother? Lately?
No, I mean I'm playing through some State of Decay 2 and some other stuff. I gotta say, like, I didn't have the pure experience that some of these other people had. I think part of the reason is that nobody can deny that game should be running on servers.
Definitely
100%. With my internet. Here's the main problem with State of Decay 2 for me, where like you play it co-op, right? Like I can host a game, and my friends come in, they lag around and lag out. Right. So that means I can't play co-op and do my story. I can join other people's, but then I can't progress my story. So it's a catch-22. The whole idea behind State of Decay 2 was to be able to do it co-op. How a first-party game in 2018 isn't running on Azure servers that's relying on co-op, I'll never know.
Saving all that cloud compute power for Crackdown.
I guess, but that's really, to me, that's a huge letdown. Right?
That's the biggest letdown.
Some of the glitches or whatever, it's like, it is what it is. Like they might not be a very talented developer. Maybe open world games just aren't their things. I can say I was stuck.
Shots fired.
I was stuck in glitches 6 or 7 times. In fact, there's a menu option to reset your player a little bit because you can get stuck in glitches so often. Like when I had All Day and Luca join myself and Mooch playing the game on, I think, Friday night, they spawned in. All Day spawned in the floor, and Luca spawned in the wall. And we took pictures and screenshots and all that kind of stuff.
So did they patch any of this stuff yet, or are they waiting for like the official launch?
Supposedly that's the day one patch, but I've heard that there's also another patch coming out on Tuesday. So we'll have to see what that does. I don't know why they wouldn't have it patched though at launch for the Ultimate Edition, because it seems like a lot of people are playing that. So I think that I hope that they can maybe get another chance to do a bigger budget version of this down the road. Hopefully this doesn't sour everybody on it, because it's a good idea. There's obviously a few issues, and I heard Mikey Barrow complain about this today too. It's dark all the time, and you can't see anything, like too dark, right?
Can't you turn up the brightness or anything? Or
it's nighttime most of the time, right? Like, and I don't know if there's a way to fast forward it to the day or whatever, but it seems like every time I'm trying to play, it's
during the day, man.
Yeah, it's like it what does not stop. And then not only that, but it's like they micromanage the micromanaging, right? Like I liked it before, and now it's like weirder to where you gotta like find the gas and put the gas in, and all the cars look like they've been flipped over a million times, and they handle like shopping carts still. It's like there's a lot of problems with it. I'm not saying that you can't have fun with it, because I have had fun with it. I just can't play the co-op that I wanted to play.
Crap, your icon is scaring the shit out of me, man. I just saw that in the hangout. I thought I thought I was having a seizure or something, but yo,
no, the icon is badass, man. That's J Dub's.
Well, I showed I streamed it today, and you know what I'm saying, with me Dealer and Colt, and then it was playing it by myself, so there was no issues. Everybody that jumped in, there was a dude Agent, and then one of his friends came in, and there was nobody stuck in the walls and things like that. That's what I'm saying. Like you're absolutely right. The peer-to-peer situation is a fail.
Like 90% of the
yeah, I think that's nice, because if people have different internet connections, and I know, Crap, that you've talked about your internet connection has been is not the best, and so with going through that peer-to-peer, there was an absolute problem. And the tethering with the fact, because there was one time Agent was going to take some stuff back to the base, and we were like 500, we was more than 500 feet away. He couldn't take it all the way back, so he just had to wait until we all went on to our way. So look, I had none of those type of issues. The people that I was playing with, I mean, and like I said, you can go check out my stream and you can see it yourself. Didn't have any of those problems, but you know, but it's there. If people are saying that it's going on like that, people stuck in walls, then yeah, that was a big problem for them. But I enjoy the game. The game is addicting as hell. It's a lot of things you got to do, and a lot of things that you got to a lot of micromanaging. But I mean,
how much micromanaging is in State of Decay 2 as opposed to Monster Hunter World?
You know, like The Sims. Have you ever played The Sims?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like getting them trapped in the wall and drowning.
Yeah, it's
them,
like,
you know.
So you've got to make sure that they have food. They've got to have medicine. They've got to be protected. You've got supplies, weapons. Yeah. So
go ahead.
There's a lot of micromanaging in that game. You know, you got to have fuel. You got to have outposts. You got to have people's morale up. Which means you got to go out and like take care of some of the hordes and things like that. Like there's a lot of fun to be had there. It's just like I'm bummed out because I think I expected it to be a little bit more polished than it is. And like with the if it would have had servers and a little bit more polish, I think that game could easily be an 8.5.
See, the way that I was led to believe before they started like announcing the characters is that you would be able to create your own character, your own avatar. Maybe that would. Am I wrong? Can you not do that, or do you only have like the?
You have to pick certain characters.
Okay, see, like for me, that kind of takes me out of like the whole experience. I mean, I guess I could fall in love with a character if I really enjoy the game very much, so kind of like The Witcher 3. But I mean, for me, I guess my expectations were that I would have myself more so than a character.
Yeah.
Well, you pick the more people that you have coming into your camp. You can play with every character in the game. You can play with every character that's in your camp. Yeah, you can play with every character that's a part of your camp. So
you're gonna get your favorites or what?
Yeah,
all I gotta say out there is when they announced this game was $30. You know, with what they announced before time and everything like that. When they announced this game was $30, I automatically adjusted my expectation for this game. And with me doing that, I have no problems with what they have out there, knowing that anything when it comes to bugs and stuff like that, can easily be patched over. Now, the biggest negative out of this is what Crap said before. How the hell do you have an exclusive on Xbox that's not running on dedicated servers? Yeah,
you just said it's $30. I mean, I don't know. Listen again.
Can't be that hard to turn on servers for a game in this day and age.
Podcast, who's a developer who knows how to talk like public relations wise and everything like that. He could not understand why they went peer to peer on this one. Yeah.
Somebody told me that it was some kind of decision for. Well, I don't know. It was some
like
kind of
spawning and stuff like that.
Yeah, but regardless, to me, that was just. Do
you think maybe
that was bullshit? I mean, they should have just had the dedicated service, and I mean, they could still add them, but it's just really odd why they didn't do it.
Do you think maybe the reason why dedicated servers aren't there is because they couldn't get player progression and story progression across the board when you're playing with your friends as opposed to whoever's hosting?
No, everybody gets progressed. Everybody progressed. What was really cool that
but like
you can't progress your story. Like if I join somebody else's game, I can't progress my story.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's why they didn't put it on as your servers because they couldn't get that right. Maybe
I don't listen. I'm
not sure. It's one of those one of those cross-play games with PC too. So that could be a reason. Maybe they had trouble with that. Who knows? Listen.
Wait, you. Well, I guess you played it. Mega played it. Bot played it. Chris, you haven't played it yet, right?
No, I'm game passing it. I didn't win my copy.
Yo,
but
Chris,
somebody else.
yeah, Chris, Game Pass.
Hey, Chris Steele, you pay $9.99 a month to play Xbox's AA.
Oh yeah, what was my tweet?
You said
Only $9.90 a month. You could beta test Xbox's next gen AA exclusive.
exactly.
Are you a beta tester?
Sign me up, man.
Hey,
Sign me up.
what I got from the game when I played it for like 30, 40 minutes, they say 46 minutes my checkout point.
You can't even go a full hour, brother. Come on.
I'll be honest with you. It just felt like DLC to the first game. You know what I mean? It kind of reminded me of Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it is a lot like that. Kind of like glitchy. My first experience on Friday the 13th, I was Jason and I was flying up in the air.
Great buggy. Here's what I'm talking about. You know, great buggy.
That's to me, it's not even nowhere near Friday 13th. I couldn't even play the game.
Okay, well, I'm just saying for you. But some people can't play the game. You know what I mean? They're having major issues. I'm just saying my overall perception of the game and what I was expecting. You know what I mean? People say because again, I can go with hey, we want to temper our expectations, but then they still came out and they doubled down on that shit. They said it was good people on many sides. Or when they said it was a fanfare, so they're doing it for the fans to keep us coming back, and that's why how they explain the whole $30 price tag. You know what I mean? Because again, if they stated the case, we were all asking for, well, not all, but people that played the first were in love with the game. Just screen cohesive co-op. You know what I mean? And that's all. More like I said, that's all they had to do. Fine tune it. And they said they were going from the Cry engine to Unreal Engine 4. This is a full AAA game. It's not. I'm being out. It's not, you know what I mean? And again, it's been, like I said, an original OG Xbox guy. And I'm just used to big games, great games, and not to fucking go down this path, down this aisle and path mark again, but it's the same shit. And again, are they using Game Pass as an excuse to release these lackluster goddamn games? Are we falling for the goddamn monkey?
Yo, see, I think you got to pay the bills because I want to answer this real quick.
Okay, I don't even see it. Get.
All right, check this out. Was it Von Lamont? Good deal on the super chat. He said a $30 price tag in Game Pass is no excuse to release a half-ass game which had a 5-year development cycle. Not a good look if Detroit is highly rated. Now, first I want to say, look at how big the Undead Labs development team is. Now, secondly, you want to talk about Detroit. Detroit is basically a storybook game that you're going to press A every once in a while and stuff like that. I am tired of hearing about Detroit, Beyond Two Souls, Until Dawn, and stuff like that because a lot of people will go out and be like, yo, those games, they look amazing. I'm like, of course they do because you're hitting A every once in a while. All the rest of the game development was strictly graphics, man. It's an interactive movie. Yo.
Hey, Bob, you out there on this one. I'm listening. I'm waiting for you to pull this shit together. What's going on now? You hit the A. Hit that shit.
I gave what he said and I gave the answer. Like he talked about 5-year development. If you look at Undead Labs, that's not a big development team whatsoever.
I don't know what they have, but they said they had Microsoft behind them backing them. So
Xbox, you have to remember this as well. Like we all got on, one of those kind of rants when it came to No Man's Sky because Sean Murray flat out lied to us and said there's going to be multiplayer and stuff like this. State of Decay 2 years ago said it's going to be AAA all the way, and it's not the case.
No, it's not a AAA game.
Yeah, it's definitely not a AAA game, and no first party game should release with a way to get out of a glitch so your game isn't broken.
Hey, do you guys think Microsoft gave them a budget and for that studio they were like, wow, this is like a AAA budget for us? And do you think they just ran out of money and were like, all right, this is what we have?
Oh, what?
That could have been a possibility. And then of course, having a time frame and didn't have enough time to do that, then maybe not
since 5 years.
But let me make this point.
Oh.
Okay, so there's a game out there. There's multiple games out there. One in particular that sold 97 million copies. When that game first came out, that game was buggy. It was glitchy. My favorite game of this generation was a glitchy, hot ass mess. Bugs everywhere. The Witcher, Grand Theft Auto 5, Skyrim was a glitchy mess. Those games got 10s. Those games got 9s. Those games are highly acclaimed. I don't want to hear that garbage about Metacritic scores or anything of that nature. There's been glitches. There's not a perfect game. I played God of War. Big shout out to 6996 because I got stuck on God of War at a point that I had to restart the game. He told me, that glitch happens every once in a while. So I don't want to hear that bullshit about glitches and bugs. There's no perfect game out there, for one. Two, the fact that it is like the games that are, there's all games that has all types of glitches. This game is $30. You can get it through Game Pass. If you don't like it, don't buy it. For fact, the people out there that are anticipating these games, that like these games, that say that they want to experience those games, if they love the first game, for everybody that played the first game and they love it, they'll love this game. That's what they've told me. They said it's 10 times better than the original. So all this bitching and moaning about it is not going to, it's deterring away from these people's hard work behind it. Now, of course, there's things that's missed. Yeah, hard work. That's what I said. The game is very deep. It's very structured, man. The game has a lot. So record that. Record that shit, Morgana.
Yeah, you got some audio, man. Get that.
Yeah, go ahead, record that shit. The fact the game is got a lot is really deep. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that Live said that made perfect sense. It doesn't if you play it's not a surface game. Like you jump in and you want to see overwhelming graphics. That's not the game. That's not going to be this game. Okay. You think you play the game for maybe 30 minutes to an hour, it might not be your type of game from that. But once you keep getting involved more into that game, and there's plenty of games out there. It's not just an Xbox game. There's PlayStation games out there. Like people have said, when you play Persona, it takes you to get to the meat and the bones of the game. It takes 6 to 10 hours to get there. And if people are going to play that like that, that's fine. I'm not knocking them for that.
Can that just stop being a thing in gaming where it takes 4, 5, 6 hours for a game to be fucking good? I'm old. I don't have fucking time to sit here and wait for a game to get good. I want it to be good from the go. This nonsense.
Wait, hold on. Let me just 1 second before we get
I'm tired of that.
I want to not attack what Megan said. I want to just a few things that he said. But L Boogie, thank you for the $2. Cradle was kicking bodies on Mountain Lippers and State of Decay 2. All right, and back to my man Von Lamont. He's back with that fire. He said, hold up, where did you go? I just lost one. He said, I'm ready to kill you, bot. So you will call God of War a storybook game because that looks better graphically than anything on the X and has gameplay. Good point.
Yo, that dude, you got to go find a developer and give them a hug or something and get to know a developer.
I'll point out the big problem that a lot of Xbox guys are having right now, and at least in my opinion, is that the last first-party games that Microsoft has released has been very unpolished and very cheaply made. It seems like if you look at the first party games like Recore, you look at first party games like State of Decay 2, even Sea of Thieves, which I adore, I think that they really they didn't even believe in that game until the last minute. Like that game probably would have benefited from a year delay. State of Decay 2 would have benefited from a delay with adding of servers and some polish and things like that. It seems like Microsoft is caught between a rock and a hard place, meaning they need games, but their games aren't exactly up to snuff, and so they're just putting them out there and kind of seeing what happens, and that's probably the wrong avenue to go. That ruins franchises, by the way, putting out bad games. So hopefully, that's why I'm okay with Crackdown, whatever happens there with delays or whatever, because I don't want to see that franchise go away. Do what you can with it, get it up to par, invest more money into it. Like I said multiple times, it seems like Microsoft at some particular point over the last 12 or 18 months at one point just stopped making games and stop investing in games. And I think that it's really we're paying for that right now.
Hold on 1 second. My man Spectre Status said, LOL, L Maker just basically said that's a you problem if you don't like the game. And my man Top Dog 2K17 being messy as always, he said, with all these broken Xbox games, Xbox One should be renamed the Ghetto Box 1X.
Hey, the third party run pretty good.
I didn't say anything about it's a you problem. If I would have said it, I would have just said it. But
are you just
I said for people out there that likes the game.
Well, I'm not saying there are people out there that like.
I'm telling you what people have told me that's been playing the game, bro.
I'm sorry. What's that?
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what people have told me that since they've been playing this game, of how much better that it is than the first game and how much they love it. You know what I'm saying? Look, that's I'm just telling you their perspective. I didn't get to play. I got the first one, but I didn't play the first one that long to know the detail of everything about the first one. But this game, me playing this, I put in about 12, 13 hours in this game, and I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast. Jump right on it once I get off here.
Okay, cool. He say, we're gonna look at it from the other side of the spectrum, okay? And again, just talking about me, a guy, just me. I understand gaming is a very selfish hobby.
I'm not disputing what you and Crap and other people.
No.
That's your opinion on it.
I do want to point out that you can completely have fun with it. I'm not saying that nobody can have fun with the game. I've had fun with the game.
But it has some issues.
Playing Cooking Mama with my 7-year-old daughter. I've had fun playing that with her. But I said that to say this, right? And we go back again, even like the conversations we didn't have during the week. In our own chat and stuff, and Grab says, I'm a multiplayer gamer, you know what I mean, and the X, Y, and Z. And again, and this goes back to what we're saying, if we're going to say that Sony releases, they're good to do as these one-player story-driven games, one and done. Well, at least they're done well. Quality control. The games are at least done. And if we're going to hang the hat on, saying that Microsoft, their stick is them being the multiplayer king, the genre. Our multiplayer games have not been good. Now, again, we're talking about Microsoft, the behemoth, the $1 trillion goddamn company, right? Now, I don't know how many people working there at Studio Labs, on their lab. They said that Microsoft were backing them. They can send people out to help with the water on goddamn PUBG or whatever the case may be, all these other games. Like, this is no excuse. And what I'm saying about it, I'm not saying some people may not like the game or they're cool with it, but it's a broken fucking mess. You know what I mean? Like, you are, dedicated, sir. Listen, that used to be one of my motherfucking damage control, my argument debates out here. Well, we got a zone. We can have dedicated, all our games can be dedicated. Like, how are you going to take their funding from your own shit? They basically handled this game, which could have been huge, to be honest with you. Something new, something, like I said, something fresh for us. If this thing was given the budget of a Halo or of a Gears or of a Forza, this could have been a big goddamn game. You know what I mean? And again, like I said, just going back to the title of the show, where's the quality control? You know what I mean? Like, there's no one sits back and say, hey, you're not going to release this game. This game is a broken piece of shit, or it's not working properly. Like this, all that's gone. It comes out when you're doing more harm than good. I understand there's nothing out at the moment and whatever the kicks may be, but you're releasing games in this state and, it's going down the niche type of thing. Like I said, to me, it feels like
it was niche to begin with, man. What are you talking about?
But it had the premise to be something more than just niche. What's the proper backing from a studio like that? You know what I mean? From Microsoft, not even studio, from Microsoft. You know what I mean?
Really, a community builder. It had like that.
Going back what they
well,
said.
It just seemed like I said. It seems like Microsoft cut off creation and funding for everything. If it wasn't Halo, Gears, or Forza, they didn't invest.
Push out that hardware, man. That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, and I get that. It's like you get it, but it's like
people ask for
hardware.
It's frustrating. It is, and I think this E3 is going to be a telltale sign of what we're going to get, depending on there's a lot of rumors going out. Like we've all heard them that Halo 6 is years away.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any new IPs unveiled. They're not even going to bother showing a Fable teaser. Like, these are the rumors. So do we know for sure if that's going to happen? No, we won't know till E3. But I can imagine that there's going to be a lot of upset people if any of that stuff is true. And it's gonna be a bummer, and Microsoft seems like sometimes they listen and sometimes they don't, and they're kind of all over the place. It seemed like they listened with Inside Xbox with the second episode I really liked. The third episode started off okay and then really just kind of went downhill. I don't know if that show needed to be 2 hours and they didn't need to do all that state of decay.
What's that with a sitcom at the end?
They were showing some kind of maze, some kind of like
State of Decay, right?
Yeah, it's like some kind of maze or something that they put people in. It was just, it was
maybe
really
if it's
bad.
people I cared about, maybe if they had some YouTubers that I knew, maybe I would have watched it. But as soon as it started, I was like, this is dumb, and I turned it off.
The ending was too long, and those two, the second crew was a lot better than the first crew, but it was
because it was Benny, that Benny Gaming guy or whatever, who's okay, but like the first one
it
was
was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, they weren't good.
They should have done better with showing those trailers that's been out for State of Decay, in my opinion, and pushing those out to get people excited for the game, other than showing that, because that was a miss. That was horrible. That killed, to me, where the show was doing really well, that just killed all momentum after that.
Yeah. And they didn't even really tease anything for E3. That's like, I knew they weren't going to mention anything specifically. Like, they're saying, here's the thing, right? Like, and I had this fear a month ago. They're going to end up announcing avatars at E3. Like, we knew about this a year ago.
But who the fuck cares about avatars?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Weren't
unless
they supposed to be out in April, wasn't that the rumor?
They were supposed to be out in April, but then they're like, hey, let's go ahead, because they're probably going to have some Avatar games to announce too. So I can imagine how well that's going to go.
If they put any of that shit on the main stage, Avatar stuff, what the fuck are they doing again?
That might not
like,
be main stage.
Still in time with bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see. Like, I get it. Maybe what they're gonna do, and they've heard us, right, guys? They heard us. We want them to get third-party marketing deals. So that's what they're going to do. All E3 is going to be third-party marketing deals because that's what we were bitching about 2 years ago is third-party marketing deals. Well, here we are now 2 years later bitching about first-party, but here's E3 2018 where it's third-party marketing deals. Yeah. And I think that's what's just going to happen. I think we're going to get more third-party deals with very little surprises.
You know,
I just don't think we're going to get surprises from Microsoft.
I had a little bit of faith in Microsoft going into E3, but after this showing on Inside Xbox, like, come on, like first of all, who the fuck goes to the arcade still, for one? And why we're dying for anything Halo?
You know what? I'll say this: I live by Dave & Buster's, and Dave & Buster's is always packed.
Yeah, but I understand, but I mean that's a big chain. But I mean, when I was growing up, we had arcades downtown.
Halo arcade game. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Hold 1 second before you get to. I just want to say this one. I've been trying to play this guy Bill forever. L Boogie. He said first games on Game Pass this year. Wasn't coincidence. I guess he's talking about how they were. And my man again, Von Lamont. He's back at Xbox 448. He said Xbox.
They love him. He
said you fuck nigga. Sony released VR Pro and it's Slim. And that's something I mentioned, and they still had games coming out. So that hardware thing is not a good enough excuse. Stop the goddamn damage control. Big bastard.
All the stuff he said. Xbox came out with a Slim as well. I'm talking about the X. You know, the most powerful console out there right now. That thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think it's any surprise that Microsoft is. They're struggling. I mean, we could. I actually, that I want to kind of change the subject a little bit because there is something that I want to talk about that's like not directly tied into Xbox or Sony, but Black Ops 4 was announced and there's no campaign in that game.
Yes,
and that's something that really bugs me. Yeah, exactly. So we heard the rumors, right? We heard the rumors that this game kind of is going to play a little bit like Overwatch, and it's going to, it's really bright and it's like different than any other thing. They call it Black Ops 4, despite Black Ops being really narrative driven, and with their no story.
Was pretty narrative driven. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no story. And here's the thing, they know it, right? So they go, this is what they say, right? They go, now they're damage controlling it and going, no, we never had a campaign. It was always going to be multiplayer only. And then they also say we only started on the blackout mode or the battle royale mode within the last year.
Okay.
So this game was originally just going to have zombies and multiplayer, and they were going to charge you $60. And yeah, exactly. So I have a problem with that. Now, thankfully, the rumor is that next year's Call of Duty is Modern Warfare 4, back with a campaign. It's going to have zombies of its own, probably a blackout mode. And so it's going to offer all that stuff, right? So this is the thing. And I'm not sure how this works with Sony either, because there's no season pass for maps anymore on this, right? There's none. I guess they're doing free maps.
What about the season pass for zombies or something?
Season pass for zombies. I guess Sony will get that first, but it's like,
zombies really popular? Because I've played it a few times. I never really got into it.
A lot of people like it. For me personally, I've liked one zombies map the entire time.
Definitely, it has a community, man.
Yeah.
But
some people like it a lot. I get it. Like they're doing 3 different ones. You're like Roman times zombies or whatever. Like to me, I don't really care. I don't really play that. So it's not something I'm interested in. They didn't even say how many people are going to be in their PUBG mode. So that's and that would require servers. So they would have to actually get servers for the first time and not do peer-to-peer, because you can't do large numbers of people in peer-to-peer. That's not going to work out.
Okay, hold on. One thing on before you finish that topic. My man here, Rain84. Where are you, Rain? Let me find. Where are you, Rain? Come here, Rain.
Rain.
You want to see his comment? Then when it shouldn't scroll past him, I got this big ass TV on my desk. Hold on, where you at, Rain? Rain said, Microsoft. Here we go, found it. Microsoft needs Morgan Webb and Adam Sessler to turn things around. I guess this is
We're not going to turn around. They're hosting.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
I
here's
mean, what else is there?
the problem isn't so much the hosting. The problem is that they didn't really have anything to talk about, and they're awkward. You know, it's like there was nothing doing. So like I don't understand what they were talking about. You know, it's like they really stretched with that zombie stuff, and I guess that's where their budget went. I don't know. It's just terrible, man.
Yo, Xbox is dog shit, man. And shout out to everybody in the chat, the like button in the chat. All right.
Who at let's break this down for a second, guys. Who at Microsoft thought that would have been a good idea to create this State of Decay room where they film people trying to get out, and then they would show it and think that Xbox gamers would enjoy watching that? Like who approved that in their marketing? Should
I'm
be
curious,
fired
like, yeah,
because that cost a lot of money.
Who's out of touch that much to where they think that the Xbox fan, like, I don't know any hardcore fans that was like, yeah, man, that was the shit. You know, like to me, I was just like, man, they're doing another one. Like everybody was just like, that was horrible. Like, I don't understand. Like Phil always gets up there and preaches, oh, you know, we're consumers, we're paying attention, we're doing this, we're doing that, and then they do that. I don't know. It's because they, you know, because look, the first one was horrible. Then they're like, yeah, we hear the feedback. The second one's going to be much better, and it was. And then the third one goes back to being horrible. I don't understand.
The third one was not that bad until they showed that.
It was bad, period, man.
It
was
just
fucking bad.
I didn't mind the start. They did the Xbox Addict stuff. They showed Sea of Thieves. I would have liked more of that, like knowing exactly what they're going to release because it's like coming out in 2 weeks.
Did you see the picture of the Megalodon?
Yeah, it looks awesome. Like I'm excited for it for sure.
Yeah.
They did the Fortress stuff.
A full-figured megalodon, or you know,
no, it's underwater. They showed it. It's a big son of a
megalodon macking.
Yeah,
it's the fin.
No, they
gotta wait for the gills and the teeth.
That comes in DLC according to Xbox. So
they're evolving them.
But the good thing is, all the DLC it's free, right?
free.
So you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah. That game should be free. Let me say this right. AD, it sounds like you done seen the light. What didn't happen to you over the last week? You was optimistic. You were saying,
yeah, you know what? Just watching that inside Xbox, like these guys are fucking clueless. Like they truly are fucking clueless, man.
That handicap controller was
awesome.
that right there. That right there gives it should lift it up to higher levels because of the fact that that was a fantastic thing.
Yes, that is fantastic for the vets that have gone to war, lost a limb, for those that have disabilities, those that are less fortunate. They can get into games, and hopefully developers.
I wish you would say some stupid shit.
Hopefully you.
I
ain't got much longer to live.
I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know. Don't be disrespectful to the handicap, bro. Don't do it.
That shouldn't raise up the score. That show was trash. I don't care.
Z, hold on, both of you guys, hold on a second. Something has to be said. That is awesome, because there's a lot of people that played games before they went to the war, and they came back from the war without a limb and were unable to play games. This is good for them. There's been some people that wanted to play games, but because of a handicap, they were unable to play games, and now they'll be able to play games. And hopefully developers will patch something into some of these games that will simplify the game for these people. And that's a fucking awesome thing that should not be downplayed, and that should not be made fun of. Straight up, man.
Well, ask a question, D. What are your thoughts about State of Decay 2?
Sorry?
What are your thoughts about State of Decay 2?
Well, I don't have any objective thoughts, to be honest with you, because I haven't played the game yet. So I have to play the game for myself. So I'm going to get it Tuesday with the rest of the population, and I'm gonna play it on PC, and of course I'm gonna play it on the Xbox One X, and then after I play it, then I'll have an opinion on it. From what I've seen so far, it looks okay. Some people are saying that it has bugs and this and that, but I need to play it for myself to make my own opinion. I'm not gonna follow what the fucking masters say. I need to play it. So after Tuesday, ask me that question, and I'll have an opinion on it.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm just saying. But here's my thing. I think. I know I'm Pony next gen. I think they should do away with the guy.
Pony Z.
They're just, in my opinion, because we see the memes after every show. their memes, and I don't think any of their shows have been great. And this goes like I'm saying, what I've been saying here for a while. Maybe you got maybe listen out. I don't. This Microsoft, this regime, they lost their identity and they forgot what their core, what they are, what's their demographic, and what we want. You know what I mean, or what will get their core excited. Well, even so much that to even though you have these shows, right? I'll give you an example, right? When Sony does PSX, right? A lot of us Expo don't like the games that they show, but it's big for the PlayStation guys. Whether the Okie Dokie 25 Chopstick 32, they like those type of games. They get whether who sells what. I don't want to talk about, so it gets them ecstatic. You know what I mean? When Nintendo guys they get their directs, I think it's dog shit. They come out there, they eat that shit up with a spoon and fork. They showed an arm and a tentacle from Smash Brothers. You had grown men out there fucking fainting. When Microsoft shows their show, you got some guys are gonna come out there and be honest. Some motherfuckers are gonna be out there in the damage controller, and some other motherfuckers will be out there in the diabetic coma. Like the shit is just horrible. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like I'm in a weird goddamn episode of the Twilight Zone. Like this, I don't know if they're going after this goddamn preteen Nintendo hip crap. I don't know what the fuck Microsoft is doing at this point. You know what I mean? But hold on, let me pay the bills. My man Gauntlet's back. He said, "Fuck nigga, L Mega, don't use some goddamn controller to damn show. That's just pathetic, man."
What's pathetic? Because it sounded like somebody was about to start making some jokes about people being handicapped, and that shit don't fly with me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. I don't give a fuck who's the host, who's the person who's in the members of the show. I'm not gonna be on no show and nobody talks bad about the handicap.
About the handicap.
I'm just making that point. I'm making that point. So
someone says something about 3 legs, you're gonna lose your mind.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, look, that right there should have elevated the show to a higher level.
Why?
Because of the fact that it was something that benefits everybody out there. Like there's people that just can't game that can finally see it. With that chick in the wheelchair that was talking about stuff like that. That was moving. That was something. That's what that's gamer shit.
I'm just a heartless bastard.
Then the fact
we had a good
dedication to the gamer addict.
I didn't see that.
That was dope. You know what I'm saying?
If you didn't give him a dedication, I think that's.
Everybody else has an opinion about the show. That's fine. I'm not saying the show was absolutely fantastic or anything like that. I'm just saying that if anybody out there that was making fun, and they had to disable the chat because of that, you're a sorry piece of shit for that. You know what I'm saying? You're worthless. You're subhuman. Real talk.
Okay, my man Yobo 1245, which is true. Got to call the spade. He said Xbox fanboys, and he's an Xbox guy, trash many Sony games for having low Metacritic scores and or releasing with low content. Why aren't we allowed to do it when it happens to us?
I'm not mad about I don't care about those Metacritic scores. Never have for any game that I played. If it's a game that looks interesting to me, or a game that I want to get not a review so much, but just want to see it and then play it, then that's what I do. I've never cared about ratings and scores or anything of that nature. It doesn't matter because everybody has games in their library that somebody else hates. I guarantee you, if you have enough games, there is somebody that's going to say, "Hey, that game is trash," and that shouldn't dictate what you should like and what you shouldn't, in my opinion.
All right, my man TFX God, he said at KMega405. Big outrage about handicaps, dog. Stop it. LOL. A handicap controller is great, but that doesn't make the show any better. It was dog shit, and this is coming from an Xbox fan.
It doesn't matter who it's coming from. Like I said, most people understand that when I say what I feel, I just say it. I don't care if you like it or not. You can call me names. You can come at me. You can say whatever you want to. You can record my voice. Understand this. I gives two damns about how you feel about it. What I say is how I feel. Real talk. Don't get pissy because I'm being real about it. You the motherfuckers that are fake about shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all follow being drones and saying that same narrative. You guys don't have leadership in you. That's what I'm saying. Real talk.
I want you to explain. What's the same narrative?
Huh?
What's the same narrative? What are they following?
Anyway, we've heard it. Let's just move on.
For the record, I don't know what's the narrative.
Well, for the record, just move on.
People started yelling about single player experiences as soon as God of War came out. But where were those people when Quantum Break and those other games came out, which were single player experiences? And when they were suffering from the quote unquote sales or whatnot, there was people on Sony side things like, look, Xbox dudes, they don't even support their games, they don't buy their games. And now God of War comes out, and all these Xbox gamers are like, where's our single player experiences and stuff like that? We've had those things throughout this generation, and I'm sorry if people feel entitled to what have you done for me lately? But I think one of the biggest problems here is that Xbox was actually listening to the community over that whole resolution and that power thing, and that's where the money went to, man.
Hey, Bot, that's a goddamn lie. That goddamn X was signed off in 2012, before the generation even started. We got to stop that.
Yeah, there's a certain thing about being in research and development and then going into production and all that good stuff.
We have official word that they didn't know that the system was green-lighted, but they didn't know what they were going to do with the fucking system. Phil said, you know what, 4K is a thing right now. Concentrate on 4K, and then they listen, Z. When they sign these contracts, they say, yeah, we know there's going to be a next Xbox, and we know there's going to be a next Xbox after that. They already fucking signed the deal. They haven't signed the deal to what fucking hardware is going to be in it, Z.
Okay, we're going to do this right here, right? First thing we do.
There's nothing to do. This is factual.
Shut up, fuck nigga.
This is factual. This is factual. You ain't gonna just run your mouth and what unfactual shit. This is factual.
He here lying and shit.
This is factual.
We're gonna get the big men lie, numbers don't lie, right?
They all came out and said this.
Listen, stop it, man. Come on, bro. I didn't win that. I'm listen. You've been proved.
Pay the bills again. There's another one of my.
But we gotta stop with some narrative about they had to fix the power thing, because again, if you're gonna say that, then the Sony still gave a Pro, Sony still gave a Slim, Sony still gave PlayStation VR. They still did third-party marketing, and they still put out goddamn games. So if you want to say that, fine. And whatever wonderland that you live in, whatever alternative universe you know dimension you're coming from, cool. Okay, but your competitor, your biggest competitor, still gave a more powerful console. Still, came up with a redesign of Slim. Microsoft came up with the S. Gave us VR for those that crap loves it, and still did third-party marketing and put out and still fucking releasing exclusives. Why can't Microsoft walk and chew gum? This is the business. This is what you're getting to make games. I'm not in for giving the motherfucker E for effort. Come, you know what I mean? Like, come on, I just spent $3,000 on hardware alone. Period. I'm not talking about any controllers. You know, I'm just talking on consoles this goddamn generation. Yeah, they're $3,000, like $2,800. I bought 2 Xbox Ones to start the generation. I bought 2 S's. Actually, I bought 3 S's. You know what I mean? I just got a motherfucking X in November. Like, come on, like, goddamn. You know what I mean? So
they need to focus on the game. It's good that they address the power narrative, and I'm happy for that, because honestly, tell you, my multiplats look fucking awesome on the X, but we don't got no exclusives, and it's a fucking problem. And honestly, tell you, if the multiplats weren't superior on the X, I'd probably just be rocking a PlayStation now and play my Xbox exclusives on the PC. So like they need to do something. I don't know. They need to do something. Like you got this. You're right. You got this powerful system, and you have games like Sea of Thieves, and as fun as I think State of Decay will be, still it's not pushing the X to its maximum potential. And they should be showcasing games that show off the X and show off that they have the most powerful console. And to be honest, we're not seeing games that are showing us this right now. I have to agree with you on that.
All right, hold on, my man Yobo back again. I appreciate a true support of the show and all my shenanigans. He said these dudes like K-Maker need to stop cheerleading and redshirting for Microsoft. They do not need you punks to do their jobs.
Let me. First of all,
redshirting means you don't play.
I don't. Hold on a second. I don't cheerlead Microsoft, man. I call it like it is. Like the fucking exclusive situation is fucking horrible right now. I always call it like it is. Yeah, I own a PlayStation 4 Pro. I own a fucking PSVR. Right. I buy exclusives on the PlayStation platform. I play them all. So I'm not just Xbox is the best and I don't like anything else. I like games, period. Right. The X, I'm speaking facts right now. The X is a much more capable system than the PlayStation. But at the same time, what's the point if you don't have the exclusive games to show that off? I'm keeping it real.
And let me just make this point. It's like, if it's fine for everyone to say the same things about the negativity about Xbox, and I don't dispute some of the things that people say. I've agreed, but when you say something positive about Xbox, it seems to be like, oh, you have the Scarlet's letter, because it's not supposed to be anything said about a positive about Xbox, or at the time it shouldn't have been anything said positive about Nintendo, or at one particular time it wasn't supposed to be things being positively said about PlayStation or PC or whatever. I don't play that game. I don't follow trends. I make them. I set them. So the fact is that I don't play that. I don't play that bullshit, guys. You can hate what I say. It's not going to change. I make my statements and I don't back down from them. Well, that's why you think Z calls me the most defiant. I'm not going to kiss this ass because PlayStation is the most fucking popular. My PlayStation collects dust. I've got more games than half of you bums out there on my PS4.
Tell him, Mega.
But the fact of it is that when you know what I'm saying, when I play on my Xbox, I'm entertained by it, but I still own a PlayStation. And I still, and I do on occasion, I've been playing God of War. I've been playing some other games on the PS4. The fact of it is that I play on everything, but I can still be critical and I can still be nice about whatever. So I mean, I don't understand why you guys get this whole thought of like I'm being a corporate whatever because I say something positive about Xbox every once in a while.
I think you said cheerleader, man.
Just that stop corporate slaving. I don't know, man. The slave is the person that always talks like everybody else. That's how I look at it. Real talk.
My man Yobo back at it again. Appreciate it. I said K-Make is giving free advertising for everything Microsoft does, and it's pathetic.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about, but it is what it is. I mean, I've been critical towards Microsoft just as much as I've been critical to everything else. I just look, if I'm a gamer, I've been doing this for a while, so it's not like, you know, we've been from one point to another, you know, where you look at it from back when you didn't have patches and when you paid 70, 80, 90 bucks for a game and it may have been horrible. It didn't have proper reviews, things of that nature, to now where everybody's being overly critical about every little intricate thing on certain games. If you're going to be one way about one brand, then you should be the same way with the other. That's all I'm saying.
I think right now it's all warranted. What Microsoft is getting, I got to be honest, it's all warranted. Like, you know, Sea of Thieves is mediocre. Some like it, that's great. I'm not saying it's a horrible game. I'm saying I can't play it for more than an hour at a time.
And State of Decay,
State of Decay, I have to you know, see how it plays and see how I like it before I can make a full judgment. But at the same time, I can say right now it's not a AAA game, right? And
no, it's not a AAA game.
And you know what? Hold on a second. It's fine if Microsoft gives us these games if they're giving us the big AAA games too. The problem is they're not giving us the big AAA games and they're feeding us all these little games, and we don't need that right now. Like I said, I bought an X. My multiplats are showing me what the X can do. But Microsoft's games, apart from maybe Gears of War, is not showing me what the X can do. Okay. And that's a problem.
I can agree with that. The entries for what Sea of Thieves, well, Sea of Thieves is a beautiful game. But you know what I'm saying? But no, it's not a AAA game. State of Decay is fun as hell. It's addicting. It's a dope little game, but it's not a AAA. So if people are demanding for AAAs like that, I get that sentiment, but what I'm not understanding is why, if you could say, well, for instance, State of Decay, it has these issues, it has problems, they need to be addressed, but this game is a really good game. It has it's got a lot of potential to it. It has a lot of good content. That's the proper way of going by it. Not just saying, oh, this is trash, it's the worst game ever. Oh my God, the developer should be all shot for this. That to me is ignorant. And that to me is dangerous because PlayStation is not going to be on top forever, guys. Get that right. And once PlayStation goes through the fact of when they're going to be second, maybe third place sometime, I'm going to be saying this to Xbox fans. Don't be dogging on PlayStation because they may have certain type of games going on. It's not. You know, I've told Xbox fans when the One S started winning some MPDs. Like I told you, I don't give a fuck about MPDs, but I was like, Xbox, I said in my video, don't get hyped about it because PlayStation is going to win MPDs again, and then you're going to look stupid because you're bragging about something that really shouldn't even matter. Play the fucking games. Enjoy your gaming.
I'll say this, and anyone that's, you know, works for Microsoft or under PR team that's listening to the show, I'll say this. You know that you're the underdog. You know, like in a boxing match, you know, if you're in the opponent's hometown, you know, you can't go to the judges' scorecards because you know what? If it's a close fight, more or less, they're probably going to give it to him. You got to go for the fucking knockout. Microsoft needs to come and knock the socks off of gamers. They can't come with this AA, A.5 games. They got to come with the AAA or the so-called quadruple A, big ass titles, and they have to wow gamers because right now it's not looking good on Microsoft's side. And they really need to fucking blow gamers' socks off. They really need to do that. And as great as State of Decay may be, I think it's higher than a 70. from what I've seen, I would say it's at least an 80 from what I've seen, but I still have to play it to make that full judgment. But still, we need games that are 90s. You know, we need games that are on the same caliber as the competition. And until we have games that are on that same caliber, people are going to look at the Xbox brand as the lesser, and it is what it is, man. You can't downplay
we have had
that.
games. We have had games on that same caliber, but when you look at Metacritics and stuff like that, when you look at review scores, they have been scored lower than what they should have been. Man.
Yeah,
and that's just the real deal.
With Quantum Break, I thought Quantum Break was a fucking awesome game. Like, the media just ripped that game apart because of the 720p moniker. But to be honest with you, when I played on the original Xbox One S, it looked fucking fantastic to me. It still looks good. Like, I don't know why they made such a big deal about it, because the lighting, you know,
well, it's because it was Xbox.
The lighting, the what do you call it? The physics, everything was point on in that game, and the story was good. It was a great story. Yeah. The powers, it was something
problem
different.
Was
the movie mode that it, you know,
the TV stuff wasn't helping. The 720p checkerboard stuff wasn't helping. That's realistically what happened, because it was a good game, but the problem was it was really the old Xbox idea with the TV tie-ins, and a lot of people don't like that. You know, like, people want cutscenes.
You couldn't skip it?
You could, but then you didn't know what was really going on.
I didn't have a problem. I like what do you call them? Remedy. I like their games. You know, I do.
They're gonna announce a new one at E3. Whatever it is coming out next year.
Oh, hey, let me read this. You got paid. It says, Top Dog 2K17 said, L Mega, please slap yourself, boy. How about I slap you for free?
He said,
get him, K. Make him.
Hold on, but and Yobo said, you were talking about something positive. Just going what you said earlier.
Oh, look at that slave name. Is everybody call about slave? Look at that X-Tard. That sounds so stupid.
Said, bro,
these dudes are corny as hell, man. I swear some of these dudes don't have no proper social lives. They paying money to talk bad about a person they don't know. It's just hilarious. Keep paying me, gentlemen. I love it.
He said, Yobo said, bro, there's nothing positive about the Xbox right now.
There's plenty positive about the Xbox. Don't kid yourself.
Enlighten me, crap. What's going on? Tell me.
Well, let's see. What games do we as gamers play mostly? Multiplats and what percentage of multiplats play best on Xbox One X?
Multiplats?
All of them. Excuse me.
That's not true.
There is one, but I mean, it's an indie game. But I'm talking about the big bangers, as they're called. They're all playing and looking better on the X. So that is something positive. Microsoft is doing free updates on the backwards compatible stuff. That's another positive. You know, they've got a lot of cool stuff going on. Dolby Atmos is only on Xbox. That's a positive. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. So anybody that says there's not, they're just lying to themselves. I'm sorry. I can point criticism when it's needed, but to say that there's nothing good about Xbox right now is a flat out bullshit lie.
Yeah. Right, and I'm comping Detroit next week. I'm helping y'all out on y'all's little MPD talk that y'all always talk.
My man Trey Woodput, K-Megan X-Star needs help. Normal people don't try to convince unhappy customers to be happy about their bad experience. And Mega has been caught in so many lies. No one takes him seriously. Go beat Halo. Drop down right here. We got hit Emerald 14 Yo Z. You copying that Detroit next week? My man, I'm on a fixed income, man, and I got a fake leg.
That's what you right now. You ain't copying that.
If I can,
he said I got a fake leg.
You know, I got to get my capture card. I still haven't got my cap card back from. It got lost in the mail. Then I'll get it. And my man Jerry Totten, shout out to you. He said, "Where's the multi-plat Dick Riders playing on PlayStation before the X? Where are the multi-plat Dick Riders playing on the PlayStation before the X?
They're playing those single-player exclusives now, son. Come on."
My man Yobi25 said, "Get Alex Escobar on this, bro." Now, crap, hate Alex, man. Jesus, crap, you hate Alex, right? Crap.
I don't know who.
Alex.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, fuck it. All right. Okay, but anyway, moving right along. We get back to saying we got off on. We was talking about Call of Duty, right?
Yeah, no story, no campaign.
Okay, here's the thing, right? What about this, right? Now they released some statistics, right? And listen, I'm gonna look at it as the glass being half empty. They released some statistics. Less than 4% or equal to 4% of people actually play the campaign.
Well, that was Black Ops 3, which was probably the worst campaign.
Well, I mean, I don't think it probably fluctuates between that. Even what do you call it, people? Rockstar released some statistics for Grand Theft Auto 5. Those abysmal number of the people they actually play through the campaign, this streak goes straight to the multiplayer. Now, something piggybacking on what Cliff Blinsky said that the campaign is the most expensive part of the game.
Yeah.
I said, why not? And I don't know if Activision would do this. Why not take them resources that you put into this campaign that now most people are going to play and double down and make a kick-ass multiplayer game?
It's going to be. It's just going to be regular multiplayer, though. That's the thing. It's
so
just,
is it still a $60 title?
Yeah, it's still a $60 title.
It shouldn't be $60 if it's just multiplayer. But what about this? What if they put I think this is bad. What if they put out the multiplayer at 60? I think the game should be $40 now.
Yeah.
Put it out at 60 and then come back and try to sell us the campaign for 25.
Nah, man. It should be at $40 right now, man. Since there's no single player. I don't care what the statistics say. I know for a fact, and I say this many years, I'm not going to get it, and I end up getting it. But for sure this year, I'm not going to be getting Call of Duty. I could care less.
This is the first Call of Duty ever that I will not be purchasing. I own all of them. I own
suckers. I haven't bought a Call of Duty
every year. Not only do I buy them
every year.
Every year. No, I buy them every year. I don't say that I'm not buying it every year. In fact, I like Call of Duty World War II. The best part about the recent Call of Duties has been the campaigns, with the exception of Black Ops 3, which I didn't like at all. It was pretty poorly done. I never knew what the hell was going on with it. But
Advanced Warfare for life.
Yeah, Advanced Warfare had a really good story. I thought Infinite Warfare, even though I hated the multiplayer, had a really good campaign. So for me personally, it might be a low percentage that finish these games, but there's a low percentage that finish any single player game. Like when you look at it, for me, it's taking something out that was there. So you can't go, but crap, you like CFDs. Well, CFDs never had a campaign. Or, hey, crap, what about Overwatch? Well, Overwatch never had a campaign. Call of Duty for 15 years or whatever has had a campaign. Now they're charging you the same amount for the game without it. It's a dangerous precedent. Like, how would people feel if they go, we're just going to do Halo and no campaign? We're going to do Gears with no campaign. Like, I don't think that's going to go over very well. You got to kind of nip this stuff in the bud. That's why they're already kind of damage control and saying, no, in the future, if people want a campaign, we'll do one. And the rumor is that Modern Warfare 4, of course, is going to have a campaign, because how the hell is it Modern Warfare 4 without a story? How is this Black Ops 4 without a story? It makes no sense. Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Maybe they'll have a TV show in between, matches.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy because World War II's campaign was really, really.
It was phenomenal. It was amazing.
Really good,
it was one of my favorite campaigns last year. It was great.
It was a great campaign, and I loved Advanced Warfare, and Ghost's campaign was.
Yeah, Ghost had a really good one too. Yeah.
And you kind of would hope them to go back to that story, because you kind of want to know what happens, especially at the end with the brother and all that. But I don't know. I know why this, because we talked about this months ago that they were going to start this trend with the whole royal whatever the hell that
battle royale
thing, and it's going to be implemented in all different type of games. We hear the rumor that maybe Halo is going to have
Red Dead,
Red Dead,
Battlefield.
So it is the new trend going on. So it shouldn't be $60, but we talk about Activision here, and that they're going to charge $60. And if people are like you, that's not enticed, they're going to add something in there. There was, they'll hear those rumors that they might be bringing Modern Warfare 2 as just a multiplayer only on, as saying just an added incentive. That's going to get a lot of people wanting to jump on that. And so I can't call and say I won't get it, but
I won't get it. But the only good thing that I did see was there was no wall jumping. I was like, oh no,
yeah.
That's
you got grappling hooks though.
Yeah,
there was
apparently, it's like you got these super powered guys, though. They got superpowers and shit. Like, how is that Call of Duty, man? Like,
they're super soldiers.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just like, here's the thing: Call of Duty used to be that game. Like, I know people won't believe this. It used to be a game that people copied. They would try to copy Call of Duty. Battlefield would copy Call of Duty. How can we get a piece of that Call of Duty action, right? Mm-hmm. And now you got Call of Duty going, man, what do? Let's just scrap our campaign and
let's get that PUBG,
copy
Fortnite.
Let's copy Overwatch. Let's copy PUBG and Fortnite and try to get So that's a problem. It's not a good look, and it sucks. It's like I would buy Call of Duty oftentimes on both PlayStation and Xbox, because I really like the Michael Bay kind of campaigns where it's just like action-packed stuff. I enjoy that.
Okay, hold on.
I don't think it's
They were
gonna
always
sell.
really pretty campaigns too. They always visually were something to look
Yeah.
forward to.
Especially the cutscenes.
I don't think that
Yeah.
game's gonna sell until maybe like
Especially World War II.
Black Friday when they drop the price in it, because I just can't see gamers paying full price for it just being multiplayer. Honestly,
That's why it's coming out in early October. That surprised
Yeah.
me. That's usually in November.
Well, they're trying to beat Red Dead 2. That's the thing, right? So
Right,
that's why they're doing it. But I also want to point out, like, the whole
Red
campaign.
Dead 2 is going to give the Thanos snap to everything that comes out.
Probably, yeah.
One second,
But the thing is, like, people go, oh well, it's just campaigns. Like, this was such an issue with Titanfall 1 and Battlefront 1, right? Like, everybody's like, where's the campaigns? Like, people often will, even if they don't complete them, will jump in there to get a handle of the controls and things like that. And I think that is something that's important in gaming. You know, I don't want to see the campaigns go away. I like both. Even though I'm more of a multiplayer, I always play the campaign first before jumping into the multiplayer.
My man J Hart Rick says Call of Duty has been weak since Ghost. LOL. I don't know.
Ghost? Shit, what are you talking about?
He's crazy. It makes
The
me be the
multiplayer
first
horrible.
what do you call it? Ghost Recon. Not goddamn Ghost Recon. Call of Duty. I've bought in years. I haven't bought a Call of Duty in 25 years. I might try my hand at this year. Just Call of Duty.
I've always been a Battlefield fan more than COD here for the last since Battlefield 3 or no, since Battlefield. Well, the ones with the it was before Battlefield 3. It was the guy with the guys on there. Bad Company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bad Company.
Bad Company.
Yeah, Bad Company was a good. Bad Company 2. I liked the campaign a lot. I didn't like the multiplayer much because you couldn't go prone. I don't know, it was weird.
Well, I just hope that they don't stick with go to World War II. I hope that they go modern with Battlefield, because it just, you could do the same thing that Call of Duty is doing. Have them alternate. If you want to bring back Battlefield 2 maybe next year or the next 2 years from now, I can do World War II or anything in there. Only thing I rather would see is Vietnam and beyond.
Isn't Battlefield coming out this year though?
Battlefield 5, yeah.
So
I hope there's mech suits and wall running in Battlefield. I swear, I hope
It's
there
not. It's modern.
no, that would be crazy. That would be insane.
Okay, but something we didn't talk about here on this show, to lighten things up. We're moving forward. The Days Gone footage. You guys see it? Did you like it? Love it? Hate it?
I wasn't sold on that. It didn't look that good to me, but I'm kind of, and it's with State of Decay 2 as well. I'm just kind of zombied out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I didn't see it.
Oh, you didn't see the Days Gone footage?
I saw the Days Gone shit. It ran like shit. First of all, it was choppy as fuck, man. And if you're gonna demo your game, like, I understand that it's pre-alpha footage, but okay, I understand it's pre-alpha footage, but honestly, come on, get it running a little bit better than that. If you're going to showcase it, delay it. Like, I'm still interested in the game, to be honest with you, because
no. That's not fair, because they shitted on Scalebound for running like shit.
But I didn't like Scalebound. If you guys remember way back, I was not intrigued by Scalebound. I said Scalebound, I'm not interested at all. I think it would flop, to be honest with you. I was not looking forward to that game. But this game, I do like the story. I can't lie. I like Naughty Dog's story-driven games. I like their single-player experiences. It's Naughty Dog is pretty much the reason why I own a PlayStation. So I got to keep it funky. I am looking forward to the game.
I'm looking forward to Detroit. I'm hyped for Detroit, man.
Yeah, Detroit's this week, man.
Is it this Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm copping. I've been saying that. I've been talking about Detroit for a minute. So before some of these followers out there started bragging about Detroit. So.
Yeah, I wasn't sold on. I mean, I wasn't sold on Detroit until that very controversial. I guess what was it, the PSX last year, or was it the Paris Games Week show? Whenever they got the hate from the LB, whatever, that shit there, the domestic violence simulator. Yeah, I wasn't sold on it until then. That really piqued my interest.
Controversy got you intrigued.
Yeah, I'm all about the drama. Fuck nigga shit.
That's fucking funny.
Fuck nigga university with all A's. I wasn't really sold on it until then. You know what I mean? I guess I've never really been big on what do you call it, like the heavy rain games, and you know what I mean. They're cool. You know what I mean, for something different, but I like that. And now I know a little bit more about the stories. I guess the robots want to have human rights or rights like everyone else. Well, that starts a little bit, but I'm interested. It comes out when
sort
next
of reminds me of iRobot.
It does a little bit. It does a little bit. Yeah, it does. It comes out next Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, go get. I gotta go. See if I can get me a
Where's our
copy.
robots, man? Now it took place in 2015 or 20 or something. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
Where's our robots?
I like the fact that it's all different stories as well. So it's not like it's one story. It's like
Right.
different stories, and I like.
But
that.
is it in the
Very
same world?
adult-oriented.
Yeah, it's in the
Really-
same world,
yeah.
but it's just,
Okay.
it's just different stories.
I think they all blend in because they have some kind of connection with that one actor that plays My Old Lady Watches that Grey's Anatomy or whatever.
yeah,
I think
that
that's
too,
what he's
yeah.
doing,
I wonder why they set it in
Might be.
Detroit. Do you think maybe they were fans of RoboCop?
Don't know.
Hey man, RoboCop
Yeah.
back in the day, that was the shit. The first two, at least the first movie was the shit, man. Even the first
Two was good too.
Yeah, two was
The
good.
third one wasn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
three.
when he got his jetpack, that's when I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then he had his
The first one,
machine
man,
gun
it took you on a fucking.
He was like Barrelog or whatever his name is from Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I forgot the guy's name, but yeah. But like I said, it looks interesting to me. Somebody got there. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know if you guys want to talk about the Xbox E3 leak. I think that's already been debunked. Already did the Xbox again E3 leak. No PlayStation 5 at E3 confirmed. You guys want to
Yeah.
that? Are we still saying 2019, 2020?
2020,
2020.
both of them.
I've been saying 2020 for a minute.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's looking more likely to be 2020. But I did a story yesterday. One of the programmers over there, he was working on some code on Ryzen. So, you know,
Ryzen.
so
Look at that Ryzen
so
chip.
they're gearing up for it. At the earliest, it would honestly tell you if I was Sony, but you know, I don't know their roadmap over there. I would release it in 2019 because I'm pretty sure that Xbox is going to release theirs in 2020, and that way they could at least get a head start. Because if they both come out at the same time, and the Xbox, you know, is more powerful than the PlayStation 5, that might be, you know, a dividing.
Honestly, you know what, D? I don't think that it matter anymore. If Microsoft doesn't
Yeah, if they don't
change
produce
their
it,
perception right now about them not having games, they
yeah,
can be more, they're more powerful right now, but they don't. Their games don't showcase. That's the biggest problem. Their
True.
games just don't showcase that how much more powerful they are.
it's
You know what
true.
I mean? Multiplats are better, but you know what I mean. But they're multiplat's not going to take full event like your own
No.
exclusive do. Look
No.
how good God of War looks. You know what I mean? On 2013 hardware.
And also too, the next generation, like, you know, even like whatever system is more powerful the next generation, it's not going to be that much more powerful, like how it is between the X and the PS4 Pro, right? And I know I want to have a little bit of faith. I don't want to lose all my faith where what Phil had said earlier, you know, yeah, we heard about the deficit in the power, so we took care of that. Now that's out of the way. We're going to concentrate on the games. I hope they come through, man, because honestly, to tell you, I'm a hardcore Xbox guy, man. I have the original Xbox, man. Like I'm a 16-year Xbox Live member. Like I'm disappointed, and I'm disappointed, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna damage control it. I'm disappointed in the company that I love, and they're not being the leaders that I know they can be. They're not being the trendsetters that I know they can be. Microsoft used to be so innovating, and I don't know what the fuck is going on, man.
They tried to be innovating and everybody shut them down beginning of this generation. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's one thing. Yes, I agree with you on that. But still,
For the 180
the beginning of the
180 that
generation
they
was like,
did.
hold on a second. The beginning of the generation was 5 years ago, and like apart from the only game that really wows me is Forza. Forza fucking wows me. Forza is fucking awesome. Forza Horizon and the regular Forza, they fucking wow me every time they come out. The last Gears was pretty good. Like I thoroughly enjoyed that. And apart from that, this generation,
It's one of the best looking games this generation out there.
yeah, but apart from those games this generation, there's nothing else that's wowed me. And on the PlayStation side, like it or not, they've had a handful of games that are just like fucking wow. And Microsoft, they need to step up, man. And I'm hoping they come through at E3, but after this fucking showing that they had this week, I don't know where they're fucking
I can't wait till E3, man. I can't wait.
I
Me neither, man. It's gonna be
I
fun.
want them to deliver an E3 so bad. Like I'm not down on the brand.
I'm going to E3 with the anticipation of what I'm going to see. I'm not going there with like, oh man, they better show something right now, or else we're the company and the platform are dead. I'm not.
Well, the company and the platform is not going to be dead. It's not. It's just going to be a distant second for a long time if they don't fucking fix this shit.
I just want to know if my Xbox One X is going to be the third-party box from here on out. I really wish Microsoft would just come out and say it. And I think at E3, I think we're going to know the roadmap for until at least 2020 before we know anything else, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know, I just said we don't know what the roadmap and what the future is. I mean, and again, for being you have a new hardware, it's kind of costly $500. You want someone to be able to invest into your, the ecosystem.
I'm still waiting to have that wow moment with my ex. Things have looked good, but I haven't been wowed yet. I haven't been like, holy shit.
Well, hold on, let me pay the
No, Gears did that for me. The ending of Gears, I was like, holy crap, yeah.
That
was crazy.
Gears yet.
Oh, yeah. But my man Trey will say, crap, you're right. The campaign, whether you play it or not, adds value to it. Give reason and lore the setting. 50% dislike, Call of Duty will sell, but they will fill it. I guess he's talking about the campaign.
I don't think they'll feel it, man.
I think it's going to sell regardless. People are going to have a new building.
It's COD. I mean, we've been trying to put COD to rest for about 5 years now, and it just keeps on selling.
Maybe this may be the thing they do. I don't know. You do have Fortnite out there, which is free, and that's going to eat up a lot of people's time. You know what I mean? And listen, there's also rumor that Sony gets some not free, but timed or whatever, some deals, exclusive content from Fortnite. And if they do got which again, that's huge. This is a no-brainer. As far as that, I think Microsoft may have bet on the wrong goddamn horse again with Fortnite is to pass PUBG.
Had PUBG not come out, Fortnite would never had that battle royale mode.
Good point.
Thank you.
But I mean,
and the PUBG is not free.
I know that, but I'm just saying though. But what I'm saying is, rumor has it that Sony tied up with some exclusive content from that. That's again Fortnite. We can say that's a system seller. Like that, they talk about this on the news.
Nintendo fans will be happy then
because Fortnite on mobile, man. What are you talking about?
Rumor has it Nintendo's going to have exclusive content from Fortnite too, like their characters and stuff. Actually in that game, so that'll be big for them. I think Microsoft makes a ton of money off Fortnite as it is,
Why?
And
about just from the DLC, people buying stuff and stuff?
No, because you've got to pay Xbox Live Gold to play that game, and you don't have to on PlayStation. But if you're an Xbox fan and you want to play it, you have to.
I do like Fortnite.
Wow.
I can't lie.
You
I've been
pay
playing
for it on PlayStation.
Fortnite's pretty good, man.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for that stuff on PlayStation.
Oh, all right. All right. Did we tackle all the topics? Anything left in this dumpster?
In this dumpster?
What are we, like 2 weeks? What are we, 2 or 3 weeks away from E3 now?
What's the
21 days, something like that.
21 days.
Oh, K-Maker, you're going, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
You got to give us your I know Tim usually goes every year. Hopefully, God willing, I'm healthy. I'll be there.
It's supposed to be.
You got to give us a live stream from the floor.
We are definitely. Yeah, me and the GRG family going to be out there, man. It's going to be fun as hell. So
don't get locked up for shoplifting anything, K-Maker.
Look, man, I'm going to be fine, man. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to run into some people that said that we want to meet up and went to talk. Even a couple of PlayStation dudes that because it's all about gaming.
Not gonna be no violence or anything, is it?
Hell no, ain't gonna be no violence, man. Look, I'm not worried about that. I'm really not worried about that. Ain't nobody gonna step to me, man. That shit is funny as hell. I'm coming up there to play games.
D, how tall is you, D? I'm saying, I don't know, nigga. You can be a little
What I tell you about wearing them colors?
Yo, Mega gonna roll up in that pickup truck with that rebel flag and that shotgun in the back, man.
Yeah, with a Rams hat on and I'm ready to go.
My man Mega ain't doing it like they gonna roll up with the Confederate flag. Oh,
man. In support of crap, we'll have Make America great again hat.
Shit, man. Call that mumble. Make Xbox great again. We're gonna make it happen, man.
Make Xbox great again, baby. The Kraken is lacking. That's what we need. That's what kind of stuff. Need that shirt.
Oh, I got the Kraken.
I made one, man.
Oh, you got one? Oh,
shit. The Kraken is lacking. The businessman that I am down now, G. So I guess before we get the hell up out of here, Chris, I give you. I mean, you were kind of quiet. So I'm gonna ask you again. E3, is it making a break for you still, or?
My thought is this: it's like I've really tempered back my expectations for E3. I don't expect them to really, not necessarily wow me, but I don't think they're gonna do enough for me to sit here every day and be like, Xbox is the best box, and if you don't like Xbox, well then fuck you. I don't think I could sit here and be that guy anymore if they're just going to come out and just have all these third-party marketing deals, or we get a console launch exclusive indie. Who gives a fuck at that point? I want some third-party exclusive, or not third-party exclusive. I want some AAA exclusives. I want this supposed quadruple A exclusive that we keep hearing about. I want to see something that's going to wow me. And if I don't see anything that wows me, that's just, it is what it is. I'm not going to say it's a wrap, but I can't come on here every day and lie, because then I would just be lying to myself at that point, right?
Lying to Kratos.
Yeah, Kratos, fucking Jesus, Muhammad, all of them.
Yeah,
All of them.
Yeah.
all
And
right.
for our satanic friends, your Lord of Darkness, Lucifer, if he's around for you. I mean, you know, we all believe in mythical
Lucifer was the
creatures.
bearer of light, so, you know what I mean? Go tell. But okay, all right. Mega said, he's just not going to hype E3 in the moment, so right? This should still stand.
Yeah, no. If the show is horrible, if it doesn't live up to the standard, then I can't talk about E3 anymore. And for everybody that says I'm negative,
I listen. I don't give a how bad. It's hard for me picturing you, imagining you coming out there to have something negative to say about this E3 because you're going to be there. You're going to get a different experience than us. First,
I'm going to love E3 just because I'm going to be in the. I want to be in there in the PlayStation on the PlayStation side too, man. Looking to see what they're doing.
So I just think being there in person than actually watching it on TV or whatever.
Yeah.
So you're going to be there, so you're going to get a different feel than we're getting at home.
Yeah, I mean, I love gaming, man. I'm going to be in as many conferences as I can get into. So it's not like I'm going in there just to go into the Xbox, you know what I'm saying, conference.
Maybe a little too old to go to the Nintendo show. The tree.
Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know about. Well, look, I'll be there to probably stand there in the aisle and watch them do their Nintendo Direct, but I'll be happy to see what they do in the Nintendo, man. It's all about just gaming. But if the show is bad, if the show. Yeah, but I don't think if they don't deliver, you know what I'm saying, something to the degree of what everybody's been anticipating that they're going to bring, then there's nothing else I could say. I can't say wait till E3. Can't say
wait till Gamescom either.
Yeah, can't wait say till Gamescom. Can't say that, you know what I'm saying, that Xbox is going to bring, you know what I'm saying, Xbox is got the future set, because I would be in the same boat of saying, damn, I mean, maybe I was wrong the whole time, but we're yet to see that. So we'll find out.
I won't sell my X for a PlayStation because I still enjoy my 4K Blu-ray player.
I'll still be gaming on my my Xbox. It's my favorite console. So that's not the case. But for me, saying that, you know, the just keep faith and everything like that, and that everything will work itself out. And if it doesn't, then I just got to back off of that.
Yep.
All right. What about you, Crack?
I've already said there's no sense in saying, hey, I'm going to get off the bandwagon. The X is the best console for the foreseeable future. Best online, best controller, best community. There's no way. Like, why would you? I have both. I can play the 1 or 2 PlayStation 4 exclusive that interest me per year and spend the rest of the time on my X where everything looks and plays best. So,
right. Yeah.
E3 is not going to make or break me whatsoever. Now, coming out to next generation, which one will I buy? I mean, that's debatable, but that's years away. So,
all right, he's left room to opt out his contract. All right, did I ask you one here? D. What about you, D?
You know, I have lowered my expectations.
Oh, no.
So to be honest with you,
lowered expectations.
I remember that on TV.
so it can only go up for me. They can't do any worse than what they're doing now. Like, you know, like I said, I like the console. Like, for one, I can watch my 4K Blu-rays on there with my HDR. I can record my 4K gameplay with HDR, upload it to YouTube. The best multi-plats are on there. So I like the system. I'm not going to be getting rid of the system. But as far as, you know, the fanboy side of me, I will be disappointed if they don't show me some new exclusive at E3. I can't say it any other way. You know, right now I'm playing most of my exclusives on the PlayStation side, and I'm a gamer, so I enjoy the games over there. I'm playing my games over there, but I also enjoy Microsoft games, and I want them to produce. And I don't know, man. I don't know where their head's at, to be honest with you. I hope I'm wrong, and at E3, you know, they blow our minds. You know, they show us some new franchises that we weren't expecting, and you know, they really pull it off. If they don't, the brand's not going to be dead. The brand will still live on, but I think it's going to lose a lot of mind share. And when we're getting close to next generation, you know, it's kind of dangerous to play with the mind share, especially when you're already losing it. You know, they need to get some momentum back. So I'm hoping for a good E3. If they don't produce, I think it's bad for the brand, but not the end. And, you know, that's it. That's where I'm at.
All right. Did I ask everyone what? No,
you didn't hit a bot.
But I know what Bot's going to say. But.
Yo, doom and gloom. What's going on?
No doom and gloom.
Facts. Get them, Bot.
Straps are going to be there in the house. What's going to talk to me, Bot?
I'm excited for E3 the same way I am every year. Last E3, I thought Xbox did a phenomenal job showing 42 games or whatnot. I'm interested to see.
Hey, how many of those 42 have we actually gotten though?
You see, I don't have the stat paper in front of me, so I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
All right, next week.
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. At the end of the day, I am a gamer. I like to see what's coming down the line. I hope Phil Spencer has realized that you need to tease your audience a little bit, let people know what's going on, you know, beyond that like 18 months or so. So I'm looking to see if they do that on stage. But I'm interested in all, you know, the showings, like across the board. I do have a PS4. I'm interested in Spider-Man. People know that. You know, I've been out on social media, my channel, everything like that. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. And, you know, it's a time to you know, just be excited to be a gamer. I want to see new things. I want to see interesting things, and I think we're going to see them, man.
All right. So now I have asked everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to get my kids in here so this way they can tell you as well?
Okay. All right. So making sure. Like I said again, make sure I didn't miss anybody's comment or anything in the chat. We get the hell up out of here. And as always, I thank you guys for rocking out. Well, I got someone here. My man Eric, the Redo said Microsoft making me feel like a disenchanted DC fan. Disenchanted.
Oh,
that's pretty bad.
So
Man.
dark and brooding. Yeah.
And my man Emerald 14, I remember. I said, who remembers Bloody Roar on the PlayStation 2? Bring it back. Battle Ready. I think
that would be a really smart move for PlayStation to bring Bloody Roar.
Who owned the rights for Bloody Roar? Was that
Sunsoft.
Yeah,
was the ones that made it, and they're gone. And
yeah,
so
but I don't know who but
Sony has so many franchises. If they just brought back SOCOM, they would.
Well,
that last one.
That's why I said
before SOCOM.
That's why I said if for next generation, what would be Sony's trump card would be backwards compatibility. That would be so damn huge. Well, and look, that narrative that nobody plays older games will be out the window because there's so many great PlayStation titles.
In all honesty, though, I think they are doing that. I think that's what the compiler was doing. I think, you know, he was editing the code there so that their games will run on the next architecture, which is going to have the Ryzen. And I think that's what they were doing.
Yeah,
speculation, but
I would love
to do that because PlayStation now it's not doing anything, and you know, some people don't like to play old games, and some people make fun of it on the Microsoft side. But there's a big segment of the gamers that's a selling point for them, and you know, it's a good fan service to know that, you know what, all of your old titles can go with you to the new system. Like you spent your money on those games, so why not?
Right. I mean, but what got Sony a lot of money was doing those remasters, and so that's why a lot of people think that they're still going to try to they'll bring a few of those games over like they did with some of the old games that you could buy like Twisted Metal, but they don't look they don't look good at all.
I think the days of the remasters, I think it's lost its luster, especially with backwards compatibility, and especially, you know, if you know the PlayStation 5, like how the Xbox One X, you know, you put your old games into it and it, you know, it up-reses them, it adds more textures, it makes the game better, improves the frame rate, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the PlayStation 5 can do that, what's the point? You know, it'd be a selling point for the system. I think
I think it would that way. Yeah, it would be a huge selling point. That's why I said that would be a trump card of, you know, the feather in the hat for starting off big for the next gen. Also, somebody put in Twisted Metal. Man, I love Twisted Metal. That's definitely one of my favorite franchises from Sony, but that's dead. The guy came out and said it himself. I forget his name, but he was
David
saying, look,
Jeffy.
Yeah, he did a little video because there were so many people asking when was there going to be another Twisted Metal, and he said, look, Sony hasn't contacted me at all. He says, matter of fact, I contacted Sony a couple of times and they seem not to be interested, so pretty much it looks like it's dead. So that kind of bumped me out. That was at the beginning of the year when I seen that.
Even a full-fledged Gran Turismo, because let's be honest, Gran Turismo Sport, it was very light on the content. It was not a traditional or a full Gran Turismo game.
Talk about the cracking is lacking.
Yeah, so if they released another Gran Turismo, that's a full game with all the tracks, all the cars, you know, they could do well with that as well.
Yeah, you don't hear nobody talking about GT Sport no more.
But listen, there was rumors that Gran Turismo 7 is supposed to be releasing or might be releasing. I don't know. You know, I'm not a big
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Gran Turismo guy. But I guess we can close the show for
It was
this.
fan-made shit. It was like a fan-made art thing. It's not. They take forever with those games.
Yeah, they do.
But maybe they got the assets already there. Like, I don't know, but I'm just saying if it does, I'm not. That's not my fan. I'm not into simulation racers. But me, they would ask me what I think about E3 with Microsoft. I hope that they can put on a good show, at least deliver. But I'm gonna change my stance. You know what? As a gamer, either be a Sony guy, Nintendo guy, you should want Microsoft to put on a good show because that turns the fire under Sony's ass. They can come out there and keep doing what they're doing. I mean, you know, it's not healthy for just Sony only or Nintendo only. It's bad, consumers. You know, Sony before got cocky. You know, get 2 jobs, $600. You know what I mean? I hope
feeding back.
I mean, I think they put on a good show. I mean,
Yo, D.
Transmitters, yeah.
oh, let me mute your mic. Be out there buying some heroin.
Yo, D, we're hearing that other show, man.
Yeah. D put in the order for 2 keys and heroin. Lob one in. But like I said, you know what I mean? I don't know if they can do it. I'm just going by what they're showing us with these inside Xboxes. I don't know, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Again, thank you guys for rocking out. About 350 guys with us live. 360 somewhere on there.
Hit that like button.
The love and support. And if you think K Maker today was full of shit with his answers, hit the like button. If you think Xbot had the ultimate damage control today, hit the like button.
Hey man, hit that like button. Go sub me and Xbot and give us your hate. You know what I'm saying? If not,
bring it.
You know what I'm saying? Just like everything that I do, I give 2 shits, man.
Yo, in my videos, in my comments, pretty much nothing but love, man. So
I hate none of you guys. I know that y'all try to bring venom, but hey, it's all love, man. God bless.
God bless. Thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night.
State of the K2, baby. See your feet for the win.
Hello.